The benefit and really the purpose is to provide all kids with a positive character-building experience through sports.
And you're here at various times to help train coaches and student athletes.
The foundation of those is building trust. How do you build trust with the young people that we're coaching?
And I love the sense of efficacy that I think coaches and student athletes will get out of this. Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. It is designed to help coaches and student athletes recognize and embrace the true power of being positive. On this episode of the Supercast, we take you inside athletic trainings, where the emphasis is on teamwork, good sportsmanship, and being your best self on and off the playing field. Hear from Jordan School District coaches and student athletes who are truly embracing the concept and spreading the word in a winning way. We're at Riverton High School today, just before a training, talking with Brian Veazey, our District Athletic and Activities Director. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
And Tyler Johnson from the Positive Coaching Alliance. You're here to train students today on sportsmanship, and you're part of a broader initiative that Mr. Veazey has promoted and initiated to really help elevate the level of coaching and the player experience so that it's a positive experience and that we get the most out of the time that we're investing in athletics here in Jordan School District.
Yeah, we're extremely excited to partner with Jordan School District and today work with the student athletes. And I've had the honor to work with some of the administrators and some coaches as well. And we're excited to continue that work with our partnership and find ways that we can strengthen the athletic culture and find some alignment. And like you said, the benefit and really the purpose is to provide all kids with a positive character-building experience through sports.
Tell me about the Positive Coaching Alliance generally. What sort of work do you do? You're here at various times to help train coaches and student athletes. How did all this come to be, and what's your purpose?
Sure. Positive Coaching Alliance is a national nonprofit organization started about 25 years ago by Jim Thompson out of Stanford's athletic department. They kind of joke back in a broom closet. Really expanded about 10, 12 years later to being a national organization with people, trainers, and staff all across the country. And so my role, I handle partnership development here in the Rocky Mountains, as well as one of our educators and trainers that gets to go work with kids, coaches, and athletes. And really that's what we try to do is partner with them and find education in the pieces that they're needing to support and supplement the things that they're doing already to strengthen their culture. And so I got to it as being a former athlete. My mom was a teacher and coach, was a college athlete. Personally, as a youngster, didn't experience, I think, a lot of positive coaching. So I was curious about the organization in that aspect and found a lot of fulfillment over the last decade plus being able to work with schools and school districts with our partnerships.
What are some of the key elements of positive coaching that you emphasize in your trainings?
Yeah, we focus on really three core elements, and they show up a little bit differently. And part of that's trying to find and provide some alignment in language and ideas and concepts for coaches and kids. But really the three biggest things that we focus on, and the foundation of those is building trust. How do you build trust with the young people that we're coaching? And we do that with three core principles. One, the idea of mastery that we talk about. How are we becoming the best version of ourselves, the best athlete? And then we also talk about really our second core principle. We use the analogy of an emotional tank. All of our kids they're gassed up, and someone pointed out to me sometimes maybe we've got some hybrid kids, right? Sometimes we've got to recharge. Sometimes we do have to, we can't just fill up and keep going. Sometimes we've got to step back and recharge. And so we've all got this emotional tank, and when those emotional tanks are full, behavior is better, performance is better. And so how do we create that, not as a coach, but within peer-to-peer environments? We know how strong peer-to-peer influence is. So how do we, as a coach in our athletic culture, foster that encouragement that kids are showing up with e-tanks that are fuller so we can achieve more, do more, and face more challenges, when we have a full e-tank. And the last third part is, like you said, kind of what we hone in on sportsmanship. We call it honoring the game. And, how do you have respect for what we call the roots, which is really, I think those key pieces that we see at our competition show up is how do you demonstrate and have dignity and integrity for the respect for the rules, the officials, your opponents, the teammates you have, and then most importantly, yourself. And I think when we model that as an athlete and a coach and have that self-respect, a lot of the other things can take care of themselves. Those are really the three core things that we know that when those things are focused on, they drive experience, they drive performance.
And it sounds as if you're not only emphasizing the positive relationship between a coach and a player, a student athlete, but also the relationship among student athletes, among members of the team, and how the coach can maximize those interactions to really strengthen every member of the team.
No doubt. I think, asking athletes to reflect back, it is that, relationship piece that, is so important in scholastic sports. I think in education-based athletics, at the younger years before you get to high school, kids get into sports because they want to make friends. There's this social element, and that's still very alive and drives performance and keeps kids showing up and consistent. And so, that I think is, as a coach, we know, we need maybe some more positivity, but you can't do it yourself.
Sure.
We're outnumbered, but we have to foster it and get our kids to understand how powerful it is to recognize each other when we're doing things right. And if we create a culture of that, it's a little easier to help and support each other's when we need a little bit of accountability or responsibility that's not showing up.
Mr. Vesey, when you partnered with Positive Coaching Alliance, tell me, what are some of the outcomes you were hoping for in Jordan School District?
I think ultimately, having been involved in athletics my whole life, both as an athlete all the way through college and a coach for 17 years, and then seeing it from an administrative perspective, I think what I realized is that there's been this evolution of athletics, and it's becoming more high stakes, it's becoming more competitive, it's becoming more cutthroat. Everybody feels like the wins are the most important thing, and everybody feels like if they don't get a scholarship to play at another level that they've failed themselves and their parents.
Yeah.
And their parents don't have the opportunity to brag about their student going to school on a scholarship. And so one thing that I've been doing a lot of research on, and one thing that I've come to understand in the Jordan School District and throughout the nation, is that we really need to take the opportunity to go back to the focus of why athletics exist at the high school level in the first place.
Yeah.
Understanding that it is an opportunity that kids have a high level of interest in, that not only gives them those skills and teaches them from those life's experiences, but motivates them to come to school and holds them accountable for being in attendance, for demonstrating good behavior, for maximizing their academic capacity, and for achieving high levels of success in academics.
I love the way that you connect the academics and athletics, and really that's at the core of what we do as a school district. Those athletic outcomes are going to be the result of focusing on sportsmanship, focusing on the team, focusing on positive coaching. When you do all of that, I would anticipate that you see better athletic outcomes and those state championships start to flow.
For sure. I think, we said relationships, I think, a couple of times already. And I think one of the things we always tell kids is, when you ask a team about championships, they talk about relationships. And if you want to get to a championship, you're going to need relationships. And I think that's why we kind of look at that as, that foundation of trust that you're creating.
Part of my motto is to be intentional. And I love how intentional this is, that we step back and we say, why are we doing this in the first place? And once we're more centered on our purpose, then we're able to accomplish that purpose more effectively. And I love the sense of efficacy that I think coaches and student athletes will get out of this, that when I put an effort toward really focusing on why I'm doing this and making sure I'm connected with the team, that the coaching is structured in a way to emphasize sportsmanship and a positive relationship, respecting, honoring the sport, that the results come after that. And that sense of efficacy is really important. I talk about that a lot, and it's important in the classroom, and it will be important in athletics as well. What does the training schedule look like? What does involvement of coaches and students look like? Just for those who are wondering about an overview of the program in Jordan.
Yeah, so Jordan District has entered into a partnership with Positive Coaching Alliance. They have a long history. They have a high level of success. They have a great advisory board that consists of some of the legends in coaching and playing at all levels. They support everything from the Little League programs all the way up to the major leagues and professional programs throughout the country. And we are really excited about making sure that we provide opportunities for all stakeholders involved in athletics to better understand their role, to learn more what that looks like, and to become more effective and efficient in executing that role. Today, we're offering the Student Leadership Captains Academy workshop, and we're going to help some of the leaders of each program at every school for the fall sports to be more intentional, to improve themselves, to help improve others, to honor the game, to do things right. And then we're going to ask them to go and share that with their teammates and with their coaches and try to find ways to implement that within their programs. And we're going to be doing this for seasons. So coming up in the winter season, we'll be doing a winter season session for winter athletes, student athletes, and for winter coaches, and then we'll be doing another one in the spring. Our hope is that moving forward, we can take advantage of some of the parent workshops that Positive Coaching Alliance provides and really help our parents better understand how to most effectively support their children.
I love that emphasis on connecting with parents. That's how we're most effective as educators, as coaches.
Absolutely.
Is when we're well connected with families and parents, and we have good communication there. So, well, thank you both for everything you're doing to enhance the experience of parents, student athletes, coaches, and spectators in Jordan District. It's an important component of what we do, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited for this opportunity, and we really appreciate the superintendent's support.
Stay with us. When we come back, we'll talk with student athletes who are part of the Positive Coaching Program.
Never miss an episode of the Supercast by liking and subscribing on your favorite podcasting platform. Find transcripts for this episode and others at supercast.jordandistrict.org.
It's giving busy parents a little more peace of mind when it comes to their students getting to and from school. We're talking about Zonar MyView. It's a mobile app meant to enhance the school bus transportation experience for students and their families. The app allows parents to check on their child's school bus location and the estimated time of arrival at the bus stop each day for pickup and drop-off. If you want to join the thousands of parents already using the app, it's easy. All it takes is a few simple steps. First, download the Zonar MyView app from the App Store or Google Play. Then visit auxiliaryservices.jordandistrict.org/Zonar. That's where you'll find the school access code and directions on how to enter your student's unique ID and learn how to create an alert zone around your child's drop-off and pickup locations. Let the Zonar MyView app help you stay on top of things, knowing when a bus might be running a little late and when to get your kids going or head out to meet them at the bus stop. It's one more way for us to better connect with you.
We're talking now with two of the students who participated in today's event. Tell me your name, your sport, and your school.
I'm Allie Sorensen. I'm a senior at Riverton High School, and I play on the varsity girls soccer team.
I'm Tayshawn Ogomo. I'm a senior at Harriman High School, and I do cross country and track.
Tell me about the experience today. What are some of the things that you learned that you'll take back to your team?
So we talked a lot about being an energy raiser and how to eliminate negativity from the team and how to start off games or whatever with in the right headspace, which was cool.
Yeah, just really motivating everybody and leading by example and just trying to bring everybody up instead of taking people down.
So you really focused on the leadership role that you play as a student athlete. Are you part of the team leadership?
So we have 6 seniors on our team, and our coach invited all of us to come to this meeting, which I thought was cool because upperclassmen kind of set the tone for the rest of the team. So I thought it was really good for us all to kind of be reminded that we're the leaders on the team. The younger classmen, I know that's the word. The younger girls look up to us, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly like she said. It's just like being a senior here, all the younger kids look up to us and they follow what we do. So it's really important to lead by example.
What do you think about the coming season now that you've been through this training and you've focused on working together as a team and focusing on sportsmanship?
Yeah, it's really exciting being able to look into this next season because there's a lot of powerful things we learned today that I'm able to bring into the season and just show all the rest of the kids on the team how to do. Just lead by example, bring the energy up, be a good person, and it's going to make everything better this season.
Yeah, I actually, while we were sitting there, I texted the girls who couldn't be there, and I was like, hey guys, we should we talked about doing a shout out circle in the training, which is basically you all just stand around before a game, arms on your shoulders, and just say hey, you're doing this really well, I noticed that. So I think we're actually going to try that at our game today, which is kind of cool. And with the season just starting, we have so much room to improve right now. We've had a rocky first start,
Okay.
But hey, maybe we'll go up from here.
But you feel like this creates a little bit of a path forward, and you're optimistic after today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great. Well, I love the positivity, and I love the emphasis on the impact that you have as student athletes and as leaders on your team, because really the coach, the administration, all of us can only do so much. It really comes from students supporting each other. That's what creates the best experience.
For sure.
Thank you both for taking the time. Good luck tonight, and good luck this year with your season. Good things are ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We're talking now with Brady Bartholomew, the assistant principal over athletics at Riverton High. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
You hosted the training today, and you attended, as an administrator over athletics, you attended one of the trainings earlier this summer. Tell me a little bit about that and how it maybe shifted your focus.
Yeah, so it's interesting. When we attended this training, administrative training over the summer of the Positive Coaching Alliance, it changed the mindset of really emphasizing positivity, not only in athletics, but even in my workforce. I found ways that I could actually implement it myself just in the working environment here at Riverton High School.
Just the teamwork aspects translate to your work as an administrator.
Absolutely.
As a former baseball coach, can you see the application and the importance of this when you're working with a team?
Absolutely. As a coach, it's very difficult because, as you can imagine, you're going through these seasons and they can be very difficult working with these student athletes as far as one aspect, their mental health. And we are actually offering this Positive Coaching Alliance, which emphasizes a lot with their mental health and how to be more positive, not only on themselves, but as a team collectively.
That's an important emphasis, and I think we underestimate just how much we need to be focused on student mental health and being supportive in every aspect. We do that during the school day, but we really need to focus on that during athletics as well. And so I'm grateful for the time that you've spent with this and for the work you do supporting the athletic programs at Riverton High.
Absolutely. I love doing it. Love working with the students.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.